So we're in a very popular Turkish street here with lovely Turkish restaurants, Turkish shops, even dentists.
And guess what?
We're in London. So this is Green Lanes in Haringey in London, what they call Little Istanbul. Some people also call it the Haringey Ladder. And it's one of the most densely populated Turkish communities in London and possibly the UK. Many of the Turks who are here actually came here over 20 years ago, and it's a very established community. You can find everything in this street from Turkey, including the Turkish hospitality.
The few nights we were here, we indulged, of course, in the Turkish restaurants, which in this street are superb.
So we're in the Hala restaurant, which is sort of in the middle of the street, and we're with family, Stephen and Anya, who live quite close to here as well. And if you look at the menu, it's just like any menu you'd have in Turkey, all the normal specialities. And I've ordered an FS beer, and you've ordered a
Şalgam suyu.
There are several lovely Turkish restaurants within walking distance of each other in Green Lanes, all close to the Salisbury Pub Hotel. Many do takeaway service and delivery with Uber Eats. I've lived in Turkey for 35 years, and the food and the ambience in these restaurants in this street is as good as any I've ever experienced. And by the amount of Turks eating here in the middle of the week, it's testimony to their popularity. Anya, you've never tried şalgam suyu, have you?
It's warm. No, I haven't.
Şalgam suyu, which is black carrot juice, comes in two varieties, the hot spicy one and the normal. The restaurant had only got the hot spicy one.
Oh my gosh.
That's all right. Beetroot juice, isn't it?
It's weirdly nice, but I wouldn't consider that as a soft drink.
That is, yeah, that's quite something.
Isn't it? So
Very strange.
Oh my god, it's the hot one.
what do you think then?
Really nice.
So let's show you what other familiar Turkish goods we found in this street.
Of course, many of the cafes here serve Turkish specialities too, like gözleme. And I was lucky enough to talk to one lovely lady who was making it.
And look, this lady's even making gözleme, traditional gözleme. Senin isminiz?
Safiye.
Safiye. O nerelisiniz aslında?
Konya.
Konyalı. O ne güzel. Konya çok sevdik ya biz.
Siz?
Ben İngiliz.
İngiliz.
Evet. Siz kaç yıldan beri böyle iş yapıyorsunuz?
20 yıldır.
Öyle mi? İngiltere ne zaman geldiniz?
20 yıl.
20 yıl önce. Wow. Kolay gelsin teyze. And this shop's got all the beautiful pastries that we all know in Turkey. They've even got İzmir bombası here. But I have noticed that there's a lot of people here from Antep, Gaziantep. Evet. Vay ne güzel yapıyorsunuz ya.
Lahmacun is a sort of Turkish meat pizza which originated in the eastern Mediterranean region. It's basically minced up meat, herbs, tomatoes and sometimes other vegetables.
Lahmacun yer misin? 3 tane dürüm yapayım.
Yok sağ ol, dokuz.
And there's just so many other places to eat, and all of them have their own specialities.
So this is Özcan, and he's got this beautiful cake shop. Ne zaman geldin buraya?
2001.
Oh, 2001. So you've been here a long time.
Yeah, 20 years.
Why did you come here?
There's no reason, just coming to work here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love England.
Did you come to work first for someone else, and then you open your own shop
My
here?
own business. Yeah.
Wow, that's brilliant. That's great. How's it going? Is it going
It's
good?
okay, no complaint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly Turkish people buy, or
No.
from everywhere?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Anyway,
Nice to
it's
meet you
lovely,
too.
and yeah, good luck with
Thank you.
this lovely street. I love it.
Thank you very much.
Oh no, she's seen a dress shop.
Absolutely beautiful dresses in here. Oh, look!
How much? £470.
If you were young and had you see, I would wear that. You can even get a Turkish teapot. You can get all the well-known brands of Turkey here. You've got Pashabachi, you've got Lav, just to name a few. Now you're talking. Let's get one of these. That was great. It felt like you're in Turkey.
What you found?
Ilka chocolate.
Yeah, your favourite.
A big selection of raka. You don't have to go far to find your FS.
It's only just over £2 a bottle.
All types of olives for $8.99 a kilo. We've found Marash ice cream. We're gonna have to buy some now, aren't we?
So this shop called Bardem has a fantastic selection of nuts and Turkish delights. Unfortunately, it was closing down, although I think Bardem has got other shops in other parts of London.
Mahmut, teşekkür ettik. Tamam.
So in less than 1 kilometre of this street, there's kebab shops, pastry shops, Turkish food shops, Turkish curtain shops, in fact 2 curtain shops. They have got absolutely everything in this place, and most of it comes from Istanbul. There was 2 Turkish dentists, a Turkish solicitor, a well-known Turkish bed shop, 2 Turkish jewellery shops, a Turkish telephone shop, and no Turkish street would be complete without at least 1 barber shop, and in fact we saw 4.
So this is Murat. He's got this lovely barber shop with really classy furniture in it as well. So when did you come here, Murat?
15 or so ago.
Did you have a barber shop in Turkey?
Yeah, of course, the 14 years ago.
Where was that? In Izmir. To find out more about Green Lanes and a little bit about its history, I met up with a lovely Turkish guy who had lived here almost all his life. So we're in Jaminajar, which is in the main street in Green Lanes. And you've been here a long time, haven't you?
A very long time.
And you contacted me to tell me a bit of your story, because not many of the people who are here actually remember the old times in this street when the Turks first came. What year did you get here? And
I arrived with my parents in 1971. I was 7 years old.
okay.
No word of English, nothing, no language skills. I started in primary school. By year 4 in primary school, I think I was like one of the best spellers. So it just goes to show it does go quick and you can absorb everything.
You told me your parents made you go to Turkish school as well.
They did.
So there was a Turkish school here.
There was.
Wow.
As far as I know, there's quite a few, all scattered all over London. There are a lot of Turkish schools.
Yeah.
I was quite resistant to go to Turkish school because I'd already been I'm going to a normal school.
Yeah.
So, but I think it was really good that I did go, even though I resisted, because it's given me an opportunity to read and write Turkish. So I'm very grateful for my parents for sending me there.
That's great. And one thing I've noticed in this street is all the Turks, they all speak Turkish, even though a lot of them were born here. Their parents have carried on speaking Turkish to them, which means, of course, that they speak perfect Turkish, even though some of them have never even been to Turkey, which is great. How do you think this street has changed over the years?
When I was growing up in the 70s, there was a Turkish community, Greek community, Turkish Cypriot community, Greek Cypriot community. And it was really fascinating.
Multicultural then.
Definitely, but we didn't have the many shops that we have today. Through the 70s and 80s, those communities have moved out. Different groups have come in. For example, Turkish Kurdish, Polish, Romanian, Bulgarian.
So it's still mixed, but they've all changed a little bit.
Correct. Yeah.
What do you do here now?
I've been working in the local authority for about 20 years as a social worker. And originally I worked with refugees back in 2004 up until 2009. Then I worked with mainstream care leavers, so these are children that have been in care. And it's a tough job, but I'm very passionate about what I do.
Just like that. Let the ambulance go flying past.
And I think I have an abundance of patience, which really does help.
Do you miss Turkey?
I like being in Turkey, but as you can see, I'm pretty anglicised, and I do like my real ale, cricket.
No one would know that you're Turkish, I'll be honest. You have a perfect English gentleman's accent,
you, Mick.
which is great.
Thank you.
I wish I could say the same about my Turkish.
I just want to say, Mick, I think you have wonderful Turkish, and I think, in your videos, this is reflected, and the respect that you get, from Turks.
That's very true.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic.
That's really good.
Yeah.
It's lovely to meet you anyway, and I'm sure that we'll become close friends from now on.
Oh.
Thanks, mate. That's lovely.
Thank you, Mick.
Right.
What an honour to meet you as well, and privilege.
Thanks very much.
Apparently, Haringey, the name, comes from the Old English Saxon, which meant a meadow of hares. There's a bit of confusion nowadays over the spelling. Haringey, spelt with an A at the end, is apparently the neighbourhood here. But Haringey with an E and only one R is actually the borough of London, which was created in 1965 by joining Hornsey, Wood Green and Tottenham all together, which of course includes Haringey and Green Lanes. The name, the Haringey Ladder, comes from the map view of the area, which looks like a ladder, which was created by the residential streets in Victorian times, and it's obviously the streets which go off Green Lanes. In the middle of the street in Green Lanes is this lovely old pub, the Salisbury Hotel and Pub. I don't think it's a hotel anymore. This pub was opened in 1899. It's a great meeting place, and we decided to meet up with some of our followers here. This beautifully restored pub is rated as one of the best 10 pubs in London.
A little meet-up, didn't we, here in Green Lanes, and these are all the people that came. So it's not a bad pub, is it? No. So when you're here, you could easily be mistaken for thinking that you were in a main street in Istanbul. And the restaurants here are really top-notch. The only thing missing is probably the mosque and the prayer call. Bir cami neden yapmadınız ya?
At both ends of this street, There are big shopping centres. The Arena shopping centre is to the south end of the street, near to Haringey Green Lane station. And of course it's got a big car park, because as you know, parking is difficult in London. And opposite the Arena shopping centre is a lovely park.
And it's easy enough to get around here. The Turnpike Lane station is at one end of the street, and then there's the Green Lane station at the other end. Both are on the Piccadilly line.
But the Haringey Green Lanes underground station is much closer to the Turkish restaurants. Or you could always get the bus. There's buses passing through here every few minutes. You could also consider staying here. Probably the best accommodation is at the Travel Lodge towards the north, but it is over a kilometre to the restaurants. We actually stayed in an Airbnb which was very reasonably priced, and it was in one of the Victorian streets just off Green Lanes.
So if you're on a holiday in London but you haven't got time to go to Turkey, you can go to Haringey Green Lanes, which is on the tube, part of the Piccadilly line, and you'll be able to enjoy some Turkish food and culture. So I hope that's given you a little flavour of Turkey here in London.
Don't forget to like,
subscribe,
and hit the notification bell so you don't miss where we go next.
Thanks for watching.